So the next powerful practice that can seem like, well, why is this important, right? Is just simply showing up, doing what we know we're supposed to do during the day. Because doing that gives us a sense of accomplishment, number one, which is good for our brain chemistry. And also, it gives the divine an opportunity to intervene. So for example, what does it mean to show up? It means, you follow through on plans. You follow through. You do what you say you're going to do. You return phone calls and you return messages, all to the very best of your ability. Because sometimes those seemingly small pieces are where the divine can intervene, and then you'll meet people, you'll get random invites, those things. You say yes, you do them, and then you have a chance to find out what new energy is actually coming your way. And also, when somebody needs you and asks you for help, of course, healthy boundaries, we all know those things, but you show up for them. It's showing, what you're meant to be doing. You feel it in your gut. So, and sometimes you feel like there are some energy loops that just need to be closed. And that's another piece of just showing up in the world and doing the next right thing. So for example, it seems rather silly, but it was weighing on my mind, was I had a library book that I didn't return for about 10 years. And every time I walked by the bookshelf, I thought, yeah, I really like that book, but it belongs to the library. And again, yeah, I really like that book, but I never got anything in the mail, so they don't miss it, right? But it kept nagging at me. So finally, I was like, I could buy this book. Like, why do I need the library book? So I finally ended up returning it. It was like 10 years later. And it was like a huge weight had been lifted off of the little voices that nag in the back of my mind. So it's old little loops like that. Like, do I have things that belong to other people? Do I have, a gift that I didn't give them that I needed to actually follow through with that's still wrapped? I've had those things too. Or sometimes it's a lingering conversation that needs to be completed. Those conversations you sometimes don't want to have with people. But, then when you do, things can finally be resolved. And all of those things, they take up energetic space. So when I do the right thing, or when we all do the right thing, right? It's like you end up having that sense of feeling accomplished, like you reached your goals. You went to the grocery shop, you did grocery shopping, you did laundry, you cleaned the house. It's like you did all the things that are necessary in order to feel like you are congruent in your life. So that's what I mean by, it's like showing up. Um, Also, sometimes you might get an intuition. That might seem kind of crazy. Like it might say, like for me, this happened a couple times, but this was with one friend of mine. I had this thing like, go to the store now. And I'm like, I don't need to go to the store. Go to the store now. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I had this strong impulse to go to the store. So I'm on my way, and there's one of my best friends at a traffic light. She had just been in a car accident, and I happened to show up for her at the exact right time. And that's happened countless times in my life where it's like I'll have a random dream about someone. I'm like, I have a feeling I need to call this person and find out, like, tell them I dreamt that they were this incredible Reiki master. I don't even know them. And then like I call them up and they're like, oh my God, how could you know that? I didn't tell anybody. And I've been looking for guidance on this. And yes, I'm working on that. So sometimes you become someone's divine messenger. Sometimes you become someone's angel by listening to the intuition that's inside of you. So that is you showing up, doing what you feel like you are meant to do. Like, to go somewhere something out of kindness. I think that's probably a really good rule of thumb. It's like, do I feel prompted to do something out of some sense of gratitude or kindness? So those are good things. And also, doing showing up also means when you get random invitations. Oh my God, every time I've gotten a random invitation, I'm like, that came out of left field, and I show up. Oh my God, it blows my mind. It's like my angels, my guides are, have lined me up with the right people. It's like I have new friends that way, like new hobbies. It's like new opportunities to like share this information. So and I get excited about this kind of thing because I think, we learn how to listen to the promptings we get around us and get out of our comfort zones and get out of our habits. That's when the world really starts opening up a great deal. Um, so also, how do you know when you are on the right path and doing what you're supposed to do? I mean showing up. This is all about just physically showing up, picking up the phone, returning emails, all those things. It's like your body's going to feel more at peace. And your mind will calm down and will stop arguing with you so much. And a mind likes to argue and talk a lot. So you'll feel a much deeper sense of peace. So anyway, that's show up. So keep an eye out for these random invitations. It's such a powerful thing.